right, we are here into the action. We've had some technical battles going on this morning, but we are excited to be underway all the same. This is event number 5. I'm Nick England coming to you live from Long Beach Community College. Today, a special guest. If you've watched any of our Quest for the Cups this season, well, I'm joined by Nick West. So we're going to do a little Nick and Nick action as we get underway. And that's going to be a big, nice kill for the Matadors, starting off with a point with a little bit of a new addition today. That's number 18.
James Norris.
Yeah, thank you. There it is.
The 6'6" middle opposite out of UCLA.
Yeah, just finished up his season there. Won a national championship. Spin serve from Ventura, taken by Manugian, tipped over by Vaz. Anguizzola gets a hold of that one, and Medina recycles. Back to the outside, Medina swinging big and wide this time. One blocker up there, Gert Lisha taking away enough court. A couple different personnels here today for the Ramblers. No Matt West means Gert Lisha take it into the hands. He'll be celebrating our All-Star match tomorrow night. If you haven't heard, a little national conference, American conference. I'm actually sitting next to an All-Star myself. Excited to see you back out there doing
two
big
West,
things.
two West in the All-Star match, eh?
Yep.
A little West on West action.
Except for Matt West won't be able to attend, so Gert Lisha will be taking his spot. Outside, Norris looks for hands, looks for the touch, thinks he sees it, but none called by our up ref, Pat Bradley.
Ramblers out to an early lead. Number 21 middle blocker Kevin Vaz back to serve.
Finds a good one, but a better pass. Tip, picked up by Penrose. Outside is low, sent to the corner. Anguizzola nowhere to be found. Felix Chapman, a lot of power in that arm, but a lot of IQ in that brain.
Great shot there, right to the corner. And Antonio cannot scoop that up and get the dig.
Big toss once again from Vaz, and there it is. I always talk about he's really one of those feast or famine guys, you know. He's hopefully good for one, but beyond that, you know, he's just close his eyes, rip that ball.
That is the danger. It is a double-edged sword. He will get you points off of his serve, and he will
lose points.
He will lose your points in his serve.
Medina, one of the best servers in the league, finds the first one in. Tight pass from Manugian, recycled back by Norris. Penrose from the D-ball swings down the line. A big kill out of the back row for number 10. Almost said number 5. Gert Lisha would love that kind of credit.
Yeah, Penrose, when he gets that perfect set, he is pretty much impossible to stop. You gotta settle in and hope for the best that he hits it right at you and you get a nice dig.
Lisha with the spin, taken well by Medina. Norris once again getting a lot of the offensive load. Parrish takes first ball. Chapman chiseling, looking for hands and misses it. And while we keep talking about the all-star prowess here, even though the Ramblers are currently one set in the third tiebreaker behind Wild, they have the same record, they have the overall same points, so it goes to set record. The Ramblers are sending an entire lineup to the all-star match. Just long. They've got Colton Cowell, West, Gert Lisha made it. He was the third most voted. So both Ventura at number 8 for the Matadors and Matt West were the top 2 voted in the American Conference.
Wow.
Gert Lisha was the third. So when West couldn't make it, the backup setter for the Ramblers is so good that he was the third in the all-star vote category.
Good God. Now, and looking at this roster of guys, it is just pick your poison.
Yeah.
Any one of these guys can go off at any moment.
Good control in the net by Norris. High ball recycled out of system. Anguizzola looks for high hands, misses the handle on that one completely, no touch.
Looking for some fingers and asking for the touch, but he will not be rewarded.
And where this one's really going to be important, and we'll talk about throughout the day, throughout the weekend, the importance of, where this is going to impact standings. In my head, Matadors and Exposure both playing Ramblers this weekend. It's kind of chalked up to a loss. So it's really like if they're able to push a loss in 5, that's really going to be important because that head-to-head with Matadors and Exposure, Matadors are currently down 1 win in the record, but if they beat Exposure, then it's going to go to all sorts of tiebreakers. So the manner in which they lose against the Ramblers is really going to be a massive deciding factor this weekend. Second serve there for Chapman after an ace. A missed serve there, so he's done playing a little bit of patty cake by himself and lets everyone back in after extending the scoreboard by 1 apiece.
And points like that are going to be the deciding factor on if the Matadors can stretch this to 4 or 5 sets. Ramblers are going to have to play a nice, clean match. Try to dial in that lethal roster they have.
Good reception by Chapman. Cowell, dug by Medina, in system. Anguizzola covered. This one's got to go. Ventura sends it over with his left, taken by Parrish in the middle. Back throw attack to Chapman, leaves it short.
What a dig by the libero for the Matadors.
And, I mean, you speak to that dig earlier. This is one of the few Ramblers losses this season was they dropped their first loss in event number 1 to the Matadors.
You are right.
And so there's a little bit of got to beat your poison right now. The defense and kind of some of the lower swings, the undersized bodies from the Matadors proved to be very problematic. Set comes over, Ventura is taken out. Back set, Anguizzola trying to attack line, but there is just not enough room there, and the experienced Penrose taking care of business.
Penrose shutting the door on that one. Says, no thank you.
Take it back, try it again.
Yep.
If you're gonna beat Penrose, you've gotta really find pinkies, high hands like that. That's a roll shot kind of just down the line over the shoulder is not gonna do it. He'll see that, throw it right back at you.
When you wear 2 different colored shoes, you better back it up with some game.
Heads up play by Vaz, but both of them, not both of them picked up. Norris lets that one slip through.
Vaz is probably disappointed in himself on that play, but the second patty cake attempt proved to be successful. That back corner has gotten a couple points now for the Ramblers.
Orlando Rojas subbing in for Anguizzola. As the Matadors trying to stop the bleeding here before this one gets away from them. 9-5, 4-point lead. Parrish hits the spinner out of system. Rojas going to take his first swing off the bench, and it sure looked like his first swing off the bench. Misses that one completely. 10-5, Ramblers have doubled the Matadors up. Another spinner for Parrish. Good hand pass. Man, the connection's just not there.
A little sloppy here from the Matadors. And they're going to take a timeout to discuss that.
Well, I got to say it's a fun and interesting one looking to see Ian Parrish back out here. You know, last up at UCLA, and before he went overseas for his first offseason, he was actually training with the Ramblers. So he spent about a month and a half last year, like 6-7 weeks. He and Sam Berge were training, and they didn't quite, like Berge played one match with exposure when they came in for that championship weekend. But it's cool to see both Berge and Parrish, 2 guys that were kind of behind the scenes last year, post that first year of college, now emerging. Parrish getting a bunch of time, heading back for his second year overseas. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's heading to Germany.
Wow, good
So yeah, that'll be a big move, especially for an American middle. That's a great spot. You've been there yourself.
It's cool seeing these young guys, you know, these old college friendships, and now turning into professional rivalries.
Yeah,
unfolding before our eyes, and you know, welcome to the NVA. Once we were friends,
now
you are my enemy.
Both an opportunity to play here and then go abroad and potentially play some of your teammates, or former teammates.
It's good exposure.
Spinner out of system. Norris is going to take this swing, catches a high hand touch. One-handed dig from Chapman, and Cowell with the free ball over. Matadors try to take advantage, and they are certainly using Norris. This is going to be his one and only event, so absolutely using him to his full extent there.
Look to see number 18 take a lot of swings today. Number 5, Leisha, having a hard time handling that one. Wishes he can have that dig attempt back.
Orlando Rojas, number 5 to serve. He's been a huge role player for this roster all season long, battling out of the middle, outside, all sorts of stuff. Ooh, Kevin Vaz with the cutback.
There's a nice swing there for Kevin. Got a nice pass in system. Kevin demands his sets.
Another All-Star. one of the top voted guys. He'll be joined by the two middles from Wild, Matt Knigge and Uchenna Ofoha.
Looking forward to matching up against those guys.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Was Kev was he the #1 starting middle?
On the All-Star votes?
Yeah, is he the starter?
I think Uchenna and Kev split. They were both like the top two vote receivers,
okay.
if I recall. And then I think Knigge was third. And then there's currently the All-Star middle vote going on, and that's Langston Payne, Nate Reynolds, both from Founders. And then additionally,
both of those guys can absolutely bang.
yeah. And then the third middle is Kyler Presho, another Ramblers middle. So if you guys haven't already, go check out the NVA USA Instagram story, cast your ballot, cast your vote, and see one of those three gentlemen be the last and final piece.
And
on
speaking of Kyler Presho, let me just tell a little quick story. When I was a freshman at UC Irvine, Kyler Presho was 9-10 years old. He is the son, of course, of famed Hawaii volleyball player Mark Presho.
Yeah.
Absolute legendary coach, taught me a lot about being a great middle blocker. And to see him fully grown, starting middle blocker for the Ramblers is just an absolute trip. I love it.
Does it make you feel old? Or
So old. So old. Him and his little brother Jetty would come in, and yeah, great kids, and talked to him after last event, and turned into a great young man.
Yeah, had his first season overseas last year, playing in Germany, once again in the Bundesliga, playing with the Nets Hoppers. He was there alongside Max Chamberlain.
He was on the Nets Hoppers?
Yep.
Right on.
We've had a bunch of NVA guys through that roster. Brandon Rattray was there in 21. But back into a little hybrid serve from Ventura.
Oh.
Kaveen Vaz, great connection with Leisha. Just speaks to how quality of a setter Leisha is. Wes has been taking the hands for the last 4 matches, and Gert just steps in like he hasn't missed a beat.
Kaveen Vaz with a push there, drifting all the way to the left side, and still has enough angle to hit the cutback and find some open court. Rips a jump serve too.
Medina off, dug by Cowell. D-ball opportunity, Penrose, there it is. You talked earlier about his terminality, and there it is on full display.
Good guy. Vaz back to serve again.
Really gets a handle on that one. Rolled over the top. That was as crafty as they come.
You guys got some shots. I got some tricks in my book too.
And we're going to be going to a technical timeout here just after this point. If the Ramblers are able to score it, we've had no timeouts thus far. Spinner from Medina, left short. That's going to bring us 16-10.
I believe there will not be a technical timeout because
there was already
Matadors
thank you.
Took a timeout.
At 10-5, I believe.
Yeah.
We sat down, had a little chat, and all the same. So no technical timeout when you have a timeout called prior. Play will resume. Gert Leisha with a good spinner, but a perfect pass. Opportunity for Matadors. Bick from Medina, dug by Cowell. Casual. Penrose goes for his roll shot, but Rojas there with Medina.
Great scoop dig there from Cowell. Penrose tries to do the exact same shot that was performed on him, but to no success.
Luis Lopez waiting with Rojas there. Very well formed block, just nice and simple. Get that deflection.
Luis Lopez back to serve for the Matadors.
Catches Manugian, out of system opportunity. Chapman back home on the right side in that 0-1 spot right there. Nice kill down that Langle swing between 5 and 6 zones.
Ramblers opening up a 6-point lead here in the first set.
Biggest of the match so far, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Matadors are going to have to start grinding it out if they're going to have a chance to make this one close.
Well, you're not upset about that. The one thing I do want to say here, when we've seen Matadors be so scrappy all season long, right now, when you're down by 5, it's like start opening it up, find your rhythm. We've seen them commit like 6 hitting errors that they just missed the court. That is so easy to fix, and if you get a 50-50 return on investment for those, this gap is only a couple points, you know?
Serves like that are definitely going to help.
Norris, he was definitely one of the biggest servers to keep an eye on out of UCLA this last season. He was delivering some heat during that entire championship weekend and all season long.
Yeah, gosh, he had like 4 or 5 in the championship match, didn't
Yeah,
he? I think I remember seeing that stat and his picture posted everywhere.
It was something pretty absurd.
Bam.
Yeah. Parrish dug, dumped over. Penrose tracks it down, finds it. Kept alive by Manoogian. Great hustle by the Ramblers. In-system opportunity, missed connection, and that's going to be in. However, looking for a challenge probably. And that's going to be a challenge call coming in from Coach Miguel Monterola.
6 of the Ramblers are fully convinced that that ball was out. Both line refs pointed in. From our vantage point, very tough to tell.
Yeah, we were kind of behind it. That was dancing on that line. Also worth noting, while we've been talking about the players in the All-Star match, kind of hyping up what's to come, Miguel Monterola gets All-Star coach nod for the 2nd year in a row. So not only are they impressive on the court, they're impressive off the court too.
No, and well-deserved, well-deserved. He's a great guy. He coached me, 5-6 years ago at Nationals over the summer. I played for the OCVC Chacarones, and the man knows his game, and he knows great players coach and a great technical coach too.
Yeah, we know the stream is down for just one moment. We're fixing that right now. Give us about 15 seconds. We'll have that right back up for you. That should be coming back up in just one moment. In the meantime, Penrose gets a big swing down the line. We'll give you a little bit of a radio broadcast. Like we said, we've had a bit of a morning with some technical difficulties. Stream looking a little different today, kind of working on some new stuff on the back end, so we appreciate your patience while we get this all up and running.
Ramblers 18, Matadors 14. Back to serve for the Ramblers. Ian Parrish.
Medina takes first ball, high middle court, good ball. Rojas takes a swing, gets a hold of Penrose. Earlier we talked about the importance of challenging that block. You know, really get out to that outside of his hand. Nicely done by Rojas there, where Anguzola was struggling earlier. A nice substitution from the coaching staff of the Matadors.
Rojas showing just how sneaky he can be from attacking at all points of the court. Back set to Penrose, takes another crack at it. Cannot be handled down the line.
Now, Nick, you're a middle blocker. We've played together plenty where we have the conversations, hey, leave some line until we need to respect that hitter, right? I think it's time you respect Penrose. We've talked about how he's attacked line now 4 times. Like, bring that block out. You're giving him everything, and he's taking it. Backside to Norris. He takes a swing down the line, but dug by Manoogian. What a set from Vaz. Leaves it a little inside. Colton Cowell getting cheeky. Offset. Medina tries to better the ball. 50-50, tough to play, but that's going to be a point for the Matadors, earning that little scrap right there. Manoogian hoping Cowell, since the ball went outside the antenna, he was hoping that Cowell was going to pursue that and bring it back. A little bit of a resurgence here from the Matadors with Ricky Olea to serve. Oh my gosh, I hate that miss.
Cannot miss serves when you hit 20 points.
Especially when you're battling back with that momentum. You get a nice kill. That's just go in, especially a float serve, right? That's just got to go, and that's going to be a timeout called by the Matadors. They're going to have their final little powwow over there as a team at 21-16. At this point, you might be starting to make some adjustments for set 2, get the mindset right, because they are so in this match for how many mistakes they've made.
Absolutely, absolutely. They've been missing serves, they've been missing swings long, and if, like you mentioned, if they just close up that line, get more touches, you know, it doesn't have to be a terminal block every single time.
Just
but if
slow it down.
Slow him down, force him to make some roll shots or get creative and, you know.
They're right back in this.
Settle in and dig it, yeah, and they're right back in this thing.
Hey, they've already conquered the bull. We've got the, 2 different bull riders when you look at, or fighters when you look at the logos here. The Matador and the Rambler. A little fun.
Is the Rambler?
Yeah, it's Cowboy.
Is it Cowboy?
Yes, sir. As former Rambler VP, that is my job to know. Gosh. The Ramblin' Man. just long. Cowell missing by inches. Very confident no pass there by the Matadors.
A little too close for comfort. I probably would have gone to past that, but
Same.
you know,
Same.
sometimes sometimes it works out in your favor.
Little hybrid there. Good pass by Cowell. A little low, but better than Chapman earning his paycheck right there. You know, we talk about being low error. That's one of the things that Felix Chapman almost never makes hitting errors. If he doesn't see it there, that's where he goes to that two-handed set over. He goes to tips, but he's so good with them. I mean, we saw him catch Anguzola sleeping kind of with that throw to the corner, but he does not want to take high-risk swings, which is very interesting to see for a guy that's so terminal.
Yeah, you would think when you got skills like he does, you know,
Green light, yeah.
45-inch vertical, he already touches
12-something.
12 and a half feet probably.
Yeah.
It would just be fun to swing hard every single time, but no, he's dedicated himself to learning every shot and analyzing every situation, and you know, it's making him a better player.
He was so interesting one coming through there. So Cowell was over the line for a back row attack. He's a pretty short guy. What was called there is a no call. It was recognized by Pat Bradley, the up ref. He got below the height of the net when he contacted. So they said it was not over, but it was recognized. Either way, Matadors wanted a challenge, and
well, they won the point, so at the end of it, it didn't really matter.
no, it did not. Ian Parrish in transition opens that lead back up to 4, and Ramblers about to shut the door on set number 1.
The middles here proving that nothing's going to matter if they keep getting in system and hitting like that. Leisha looking to close this one out.
Good ball. Outside, Rojas rolls over, picked up by Chapman underneath the block. Tight ball, Penrose tries to battle with it, but Rojas once again proving to be a welcome addition on the court, and the Matadors hit 20.
And I love the celly from Rojas there too, trying to get his boys riled up. Hey guys, you know, maybe this set might be out of our reach, but there's so much more volleyball left to be played.
Yeah, and they're just a little quiet for a team that's normally so chirpy, and they let you know about it. Get them going a little bit. Nice serve by Lopez, targeting Chapman. Backside to Chapman. Chapman blocked and dug once again by Cowell's one-handed casual ball.
Oh, no.
Manugian tosses that one over the net. Norris says, thank you, sir.
That's the best set he's going to get all day.
Yes, it is. And now the Matadors positioning themselves. I'm seeing 21-22. If I'm not mistaken, that might be a mistake. 21-23. Should be 23. We're correcting, so
it is
21-23.
Being looked at, and changes have been addressed.
I always forget. People at home may not be able to see that. Maybe they can with that live stream angle. But oh, missed serves and missed opportunities. That's going to bring us set point.
It's just disheartening.
It is.
It is.
Not to beat a dead horse. Stop missing your serves. Especially because they're so close on a team that, you know, you can snag a win right here that really might matter. Chapman leaves the door open, 24-22. With Norris to serve.
Oh, my.
Serving 22-24 here.
Well, this is interesting, isn't it?
Well, I think it's 22-24, but I'm not seeing this corrected, so.
I think you're right. I do remember Gert being back to serve with 23 points.
Stick with us, though. That one's going to be left short. The official call we're getting is that a point got added somewhere. We're a little disconnected from our scores table, so score has been corrected. It is now 24-22, so.
Our apologies. Number 22, Jonathan Carlson back to serve. My roommate.
Yep.
Yep, been living at the volleyball house now for the past couple months.
Big JC off his first season over in Portugal. Gets a hold of that one. Out of system swing. Rojas, too much. Oh, that one goes up and through the net.
Did that actually go
Yeah, it went through the hoop.
The basketball hoop? Oh,
is
man.
Is that worth 2?
I think that's a 2-point shot.
Yeah, is that
if
how
I'm
it
not
works?
mistaken. I have to check the rule books. But last I checked, if you make it through that basket off of a volleyball shot,
All right, so we've got a blocking substitution coming in. That's going to be number 50 coming in, Isaac Leva. He's going to be replacing the setter. So Ventura out, and the libero is now going to take second ball with a bump set, air it out to Pins, and let him swing. They're looking for as much defense as they can on this block. Good serve by Rojas to Cowell. Roll shot deflected, and there it is. Colton Cowell, number 6, the man with a plan. Set number 1, 25-23, going the way of the Ramblers. We'll be right back with set number 2 action in just a few minutes. All right, back into the action here. You're joined, Nick and Nick on the sideline. I'm Nick England, joined by the wonderful Nick West. A little bit of a different crew this weekend on the broadcast. We've been throwing some curveballs, so unfortunately not joined by my normal staff of Ira Thor, Noah Chast. Matt Prosser will make his appearance periodically throughout the weekend, but got some fun guests joining me. Nick will be on, I think, 9 of the matches with me here this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to have plenty of time with Nick Squared this weekend. So while we're excited for that, I'm sure all of the fans are excited for set number 2 here. I have to say, regardless of a 25-23 win, I think Matadors is in a far better place.
Yeah.
I don't have like one fix that the Ramblers, it's like they have to kind of do a collective cleanup in certain situations, but I don't think anything looked overly wrong, where Matadors missed 4 or 5 untimely serves and 4 or 5 untimely swings. So if they cut those errors in half in either one of those spots, they might be winning set number 1. So very curious to see what they're able to do to answer back. And Ventura with his hybrid to start it off. Perfect pass by Manugian. Kaveen Vaz, Doug, free ball coming over. Cowell takes one. Backside Penrose line, surprise, surprise, once again. Clean that blocking move up. You know he's attacking that line.
Both those blockers are just a little bit late on that move. You cannot give him an inch on something like that in system.
Akavine Vaz. Spin goes long.
Leads himself a little bit too far onto that toss, and he cannot catch up to it. Sails it. New middle blocker in for the Ramblers.
Kyler Presho. We talked about him a little bit earlier. And
one Kyler Presho.
So he'll be replacing Parrish here. Not sure if that's a needed changeup or just using a variety of personnel with Miguel. You never know. Kyler covers himself. Gert to the outside. Another recycle and another opportunity. Outside Chapman. 3 blockers. Roll over the top. Picked up by Ventura. Set to the right side. Norris too low. Gets the tip over the top. Manu gives it second life and a little bit of a windmill dunk. Looks like we're out here for an NBA dunk contest. Coming out of Penrose on the right. Number 10 showing to be unstoppable so far.
Yeah, so one of his first angle swings ends up being a windmill.
Little off-speed roll into zone 1. Just kind of catches everyone looking at the campfire right there.
And that just shows you that he's looking to hit line. The fact that he had to adjust and swing like that just to be able to hit it.
Gert with a spinner, picking on Medina. Tight ball, Norris swings, covered by Ventura. Medina, nice bump set. Rojas looks for high hands. Doesn't find it. See, I'm good with that miss. I like that swing and a miss compared to some of the first ones. That's a good rip from the outside. Rojas going aggressive.
I think they're having a hard time. They're setting Norris a little bit too tight on the right side. Those last couple attempts, he's been suffocated.
It's a great way to break that one down. And that's a nice cutback by Olea over the shoulder, attacking Leisha in 1.
Beauty. Tagging that line. Great cutback there.
To double down on your point, if you've also got Felix Chapman in your face, get me 3 feet off the net. Please don't clamp set me. Like, that's just a bad time for anyone.
You're not going to have a good time.
And the service errors continue. Some disappointment on the side of the coaching staff there for the Matadors as well. Chapman with a spin. Perfect pass, opportunity. Medina on the big. They've been a little inconsistent on that connection today, but he's still really adjusting well. This is why Medina's been so integral into the offense for this team. His first 2 matches in a return to the league this year, he saw 18-point contributions for the team, 2 man of the match, and he's really been the spark and the fire for so many of their wins.
No, we've been talking a lot about King Felix on the other side, but, you know, hail Caesar.
Hail Caesar indeed. Not to mention what a 2 interesting, wow.
Ooh, a little too tight there, yep. I agree with that. Setter getting the overcall on that tight pass from Norris.
That was
wishing he could have that free ball back.
Yeah, certainly is. But, man, I think Cowell caught a lucky break there. He was not ready for that at all. So he definitely got lucky. That kind of got bailed out that it crossed the plane. Presho to serve. First one of the match. A little cold. See how he elects to start it out. Ooh, a little roll over the top. Oh, my goodness. Ball lands.
He decides to start it off with an ace.
Yeah.
Ball just trickles over in the Matadors, unable to recover that one. First attempt goes off the antenna.
And they almost speared the ball on top of the antenna. That one landed right at the tippy top. Pressure to float again. That one goes just long.
Matador showing us just how close you can let these balls go out.
Delgado, number 2, the libero for the Matadors, tracking that one all the way to the back line.
The confident man.
He's had a solid performance so far today.
Absolutely.
Got a nice couple digs, passing well.
Both sides have been digging really good.
Yeah.
A couple one-handed scoopies.
Colton Cowell's the king. Medina puts it away, number 10. You really talk about the dichotomy from the 2 outsides. Chapman towering 6'6", 6'7". Cesar Medina lucky to have a 6 at the front of that height. I think it's more likely to be right around that 5'10", 5'11", but Medina plays big boy ball.
He's just got a hammer.
The untimely misses persist. Such an energy killer. Medina goes up, kills the overpass. Serve long.
Yeah, it's still early in the set. It's okay if you start to get 1 or 2 misses from your guys who have green lights, but definitely look to clean that up later on. Get those out of your system right now.
Yeah.
Like Penrose does.
Yeah. Hey, when you're swinging 800 or whatever he's hitting from the right side.
Might as well.
Yep.
Let's see what happens.
Lopez to spin. Taken by Manoogian. Cowell tip over the top, picked up by Lopez. Norris swinging once again. Again, you give him some space, you give him some distance. That's a D ball. Got plenty of space to see that block. Kill after kill after kill. Norris really doing a nice job. A little bit of an unsung hero for the Matadors.
He hits that perfectly into that one corner. And that's where the points hang out.
7-7. We're all tied up. Lopez to spin.
2 serves in a row, my God.
Thrown over the top.
Cowell putting that thing perfectly right in the middle of all those defenders.
Really taking advantage of a lack of a libero on the floor there. When you got Lopez back there, no red jersey means, hey, no floor cleaner to grab those tips. Good recognition by Cowell. Perfect pass by Rojas. Medina has to tip. A little bit out of system. Step close. Ooh, nice pickup once again by Rojas. D-ball to Norris. Bounced that one off the tape. Dig by Manoogian. Cowell tip over the top once again. Now there's a libero on the floor, but it still doesn't matter. The brain and the accuracy Colton Cowell brings to the court is unrivaled and unmatched.
Yeah, Cowell says, you know, I really like that spot. I think I'm just going to hit it there again.
If at first it does succeed, then do it again.
Great defense from both sides there. Ramblers were in system quite a bit there in defensive opportunities.
Cowell targets the same ring in the net that Penrose hit just 3 serves prior.
Cowell giveth and Cowell taketh.
Matadors trail by 1. Ventura with that hybrid that we've been seeing all season long. Tosses it with that backspin and then hits a little bit of a floater out of it. Catches Cowell. Chapman keeps this one alive. Norris takes 1. Medina battling recycle. That's got to be picked up,
Absolutely.
Whether it's Norris, Ventura, anyone. That's a great swing by Big C's number 10 to get covered and picked up. But Ramblers are happy to get block touches on anything and make you play that point out.
And those are the type of balls that they normally grind out. The ones that they get back up and fight for and make a thorn for themselves and other teams. Oh, great dig there.
Yep, good cover by Olea. Now Norris gets his roll shot. Both of these teams, big swings, no problem, great defense. Roll shots come out, and everyone seems to forget that they're playing some defense, it looks like a bit. Man, Norris playing on the right, normally a middle blocker. He's got some phenomenal court vision here.
You want him to be on the court as much as possible. And you want him to be able to have blocking attempts in the front row.
Which means?
Make your serve.
Reading my mind, Nick. It's got to be a thing about the first names.
I mean, geez, I'll pour these guys a cup of coffee if they need it. I got gallons on me.
Penrose works the feet and works the line once again. Overpass. Good work by Penrose. Gets off to 8 feet. Attacks that one back.
I was just about to say.
Thanks for the free point.
That overpass was 8 feet. You know,
Yeah.
it was about to land 9 feet back, and he just takes a nice 2-step and says, "Nah,
I'll take it.
I'll swing at that too."
Leisha continues with the power. Manoogian with a nice scoop. Chapman to Penrose. Penrose to Ventura.
Send it over.
Yep, good recognition. There was 3 touches. That one had to go. Now Penrose again challenging Rojas, and he wins that battle all day long.
Some good volleyball here now from both sides.
Great set by Chapman cross court there, helping Leisha out.
Yeah. Gerd asked for help, and Chapman stepped in. That's what you need him to do sometimes. It's hard to come flying in and make a bump set.
Good pass by Medina. Rojas off-speed roll shot. Manugian read that perfectly, but then didn't finish the move. He knew that was coming. Once again, the roll shots are the way right now. Neither team wants to pick any of them up.
And you see this a lot with teams that haven't had as much time together. Where you will start to see them break down first is usually who takes what responsibility, who takes what ball.
Yeah, whether that's your off blocker coming underneath the block, that's your libero cheating in, is that right back coming up?
Now you need to mess up in practice, have those conversations, and say, okay, when this happens, I take that.
Wow, what a set by Ventura right there, proving exactly why he got an all-star nod on the net with his chest, squares to it, finds Norris and lets him swing away.
Just an absolute beauty.
Foot line pass from Manugian. Leaves Leisha there to cover that ball. Cowell putting this one over. Opportunity for the Matadors. Back row attack to Medina, dug by Cowell. Another opportunity if they go to Norris. Nope, they go to the middle. Lopez, great ball there.
They go to the middle.
Things that you love to say every time.
Well, yeah, and if Norris is going to have success, you got to keep him honest. If he's got four hands in front of him all day.
Yeah, someone's got to be available.
Yep. No.
And also, Lopez has been a guy that's been kind of one of those sparks that got added in the second half for the Matadors that's felt like another huge breath of fresh air to this roster.
Absolutely.
So he's someone you can trust to take that swing all day long.
You got to reward the big man. He's working so hard in transition.
It's
making himself available.
It's so funny. I feel like I'm getting Matt Prosser 2.0. I'm getting one of his middles, another high level middle blocker, and we always just talk so much about, feeding the middle, run the middle. I feel a little bit more at home. Wow, what a dig by Medina. Ooh. Nice set by Ventura, and there's a touch on that. Norris. Oh my gosh, Christian Ventura, what was that set?
I think that was a nice little corkscrew set there.
Yep, added some spin to that.
Opening up a nice bottle of wine, bam.
Olea puts this one in, out of system. Leisha keeps it alive. It's going to have to be a free ball here. Chipped and blocked. No one home. Ramblers falling asleep at the wheel for 3 points here, and that's going to be a substitution coming in. Vanderbeek.
A little confusion as to who he's going in for, and he will be subbing in for Jalen Penrose.
Interesting.
Matadors taking their first lead, I believe, of today's match. Up 14-13.
Yeah, a little bit of redemption here. Jacob Vanderbeek has been the perennial powerhouse on this Matadors team. And last year with the Ramblers getting split in half with SD Wild's formation, losing a bunch of those guys, they kind of grabbed a bunch of the all-stars from a variety of other teams. We saw Chapman from the Tornadoes, Beek from the Matadors, Tim Lurich from Exposure, Eric Beatty from the Matadors. So kind of some of those like really notorious names from some of the lower half teams all being brought in here. So Vanderbeek getting a chance to play play the old team right now. Played with them for 2020, 2021, and 2022.
I like this decision from head coach Miguel Monterola because you always play better against your old teams.
Yeah, get a little heat, get a little pep in the step.
Oh yeah.
And there it is, double block, Prescio, Vanderbeek sealing that line. And that's going to be our technical timeout. 16-14. Grab a quick cup of coffee if you're at the office enjoying procrastinating on some work. We'll be right back in just 1 minute time. All right, well, we're having a substantially different performance here from the Matadors. They've cleaned things up. They're letting the Ramblers make the mistakes, and that was the tale as old as time. When they won that first 5-setter at event number 1 3 months ago, they were just kind of letting the Ramblers go off the hinges there. So, the more they can keep continuing to mitigate those errors, they're going to find their way back into this, but they've got to put a little bit more pressure on the pedal.
Yeah, Matador's going with the keep yourself alive approach and let your opponent defeat themselves.
And that is not play number 1 in that rule book, let me tell you.
Rojas looking for the line, but finding antenna. Off the candy canes. Point for the Ramblers. Up 17-14 here in the second set.
Chapman to spin. Tight pass. And that's going to be a back row setter. Ball breaks the plane. So let's talk really quick about the rule. If even 1% of the ball breaks the plane of the net, it is fair game. So as long as Cowell hits that into the back row setter, back row attack gets called. Excellent call by up official Pat Bradley. We had a very good vantage point up here. All three of us saw that one immediately.
Good recognition. Good recognition there from Pat. And way to be aggressive there by Cowell.
Talk about aggressive. Chapman hammers that ball. Lopez scores from 30 feet out of the back of the court. What a ball.
Now, in pretty much every situation, you're never going to see a middle blocker hit in an off situation like that. But he says, you know what? That's a little bit inside. I got this, guys.
Hold my coffee. I'm going to take a swing. We've also, just like Norris, we've seen him play middle and right side as well. So Lopez, another one of those. Plug him in, watch him play.
One of the Swiss Army players.
Absolutely. Ooh, moving the tape. J.R. Norris, we've talked about his serving prowess all day long, and if you didn't believe us or you're just joining us, that's been the tale told all day long. But Matadors, they keep getting these 2-point runs. They've just got to stop them against themselves to close up that gap against the Ramblers. Spin off the tape once again. Perfect pass. Dug by Medina. Low set, Norris. Oh my goodness. He ran the length of the antenna, ran a full Boston Marathon across the top of that tape. Put a solid 28.5-foot roll across that one.
Good Lord. Yeah, you couldn't do that again if you tried.
Nope.
Give him 1,000 attempts. You're not doing that. Antenna to antenna.
Presho with the float. To Lopez off the double block of Beek and Vaz. Put some extra juice behind that one. That's going to be based on the numbers we're seeing right now. I think that's kill number 5 for Lopez.
No,
so
he's been solid.
Yeah, swinging at 80% looks like.
Keep him going. Rojas keeping his serve in there safely.
God, Cowell is the king of the bag of tricks. Roll shots, off speeds, thumb down throws that one through the offhand. Wow.
Doesn't matter what you give him. He's going to find a way to get a kill, and he's going to find a way to get a point.
Beak to float. Oh, there it is. That kiss off the tape. Rojas gets burned.
Rojas committed to that thing, hitting off the tape, looking for it to go short, and it just grazes the tape and sails right by him, hitting that back line.
So you almost hope Norris sees it happening and just maybe throws a hand out to keep it alive. Ooh. Just barely leaves that one short.
Tape playing a big factor these last 6 points.
Yeah, maybe the tape's the unsung all-star that we should see tomorrow night. Blocking substitution coming in, number 16, Antonio Anguzola, replacing Ventura. So this is once again going to be back row. Looks like Rojas taking hands here. They're going all in on the block here, trying to slow down Cowell, but again, Cowell's not someone that's really hitting at the block. You just got to make sure. Oof. Blocking sub comes in, serve goes into the back wall.
That one hitting center right in the Freedom banner in the back left corner.
Personal attack. You be the judge. And that'll be a timeout, 22-18. We'll be right back into the action here after the first timeout from the side of the Matadors. Well, a 4-point lead once again. This went from close to not so close, and a fast serve from Cowell, seeing if he can catch the Matadors sleeping, but they're ready. And now Norris misses wide.
Norris trying to make up for that 4-point deficit on one swing.
Yeah.
Not going to be able to do it in that one.
Down by 5. Cowell off speed. Good take, low set, dug by Manugian. Aired out, Chapman's gonna go against 3. And once again, just throws that tip into the corner. We talked about his vision. He sees 3 hands, he goes, why? Why would I swing into that? Watch this, shows tip, Norris bites underneath, throws it back into 1.
And they've been giving him those points all day. It doesn't make any sense for him to stop doing that.
That was, that reminded me a lot of some Langlois play too. That's a foot fault from Cowell, catches the line just barely.
Just the tippy toe.
Chop that toe off and you're probably fine.
Yeah, trim your toenails a little bit.
Ventura. Hammers that one along for another missed serve. We'll be right back with set number 3. Are the Ramblers going to close this one out early, or will the Ramblers make a resurgence? You'll have to find out in just 2.5 minutes' time. Don't go anywhere. All right, well, set number 3 is about to get under action here. This could be all she wrote, but when we're looking at the stats here, Nick, we're both seeing the exact same thing. What are you looking at with Lopez and Norris both?
Lopez is hitting 75% in the middle right now. He's 3 of 4, and you got to feed him more. Through 2 sets to only have 4 attempts. You know, their passing's not that bad. They're getting great defenses. Get him more involved. And then what do you think about
Norris?
Yeah.
I think it's really that give and take of just really utilizing the two. It's, you know, if you're kind of balancing that out of system, I'd like to see more 5-foot line sets go to pushes or threes to get some more connection there, kind of forcing that to Lopez. But then some more in-system going to Norris. See if they can kind of work that out. But really, those two guys need to be seeing 80% of your sets right now. But we'll see how that unfolds. Tight set. Leisha using all of that size. But once again, going over the net, full penetration there. And that's going to be a point for the Matadors.
Ramblers are incredibly balanced on their offensive attacking.
Yeah.
Cowell's got 11 attempts. Penrose has 12 attempts. Chapman has 12 attempts. And respectively, Cowell's hitting 36%. Penrose is hitting 67%. And Chapman's hitting 33%.
The big one to note here, Eric Beatty. We talked about a former Matador. He's getting the start this set over Chapman. Man, what a problem to have when you have Eric Beatty as the guy that can replace Felix Chapman. That speaks to the depth for Ramblers.
Yeah, and now their third middle option, Mr. Tim Lurich.
Kaveen Vaz gets the ace. Earlier we talked about a little feast or famine, and right now the boys are eating good. Wiggle their hips. Morning flexibility, a little yoga on the court, perhaps.
Now, I'm not sure if that's something that Penrose brought back with him from Hersching, a team in Germany. When I was there, when you got an ace, if you did not do that dance, you were an absolute jerk. You had to do it with the team. And now the Ramblers, I've noticed that since he's shown up, they have taken a liking to that ace dance.
Good sense. Little USC-UCLA head-to-head matchup there. Norris versus Leisha. Leisha about 7 years the senior of Norris, but a nice little swing there. Or a nice block move, apologies.
Gert getting himself fired up. Talking to his team, talking to the other side.
Letting everybody know. Medina, double block. Kaveen Vaz scoops it. Beatty and Vanderbeek sends that one over. What a move by Vaz, the big man. And he takes it again. Beatty picks it up, tight ball. Leisha looks like he was over once again, but let go. And now Kaveen Vaz, where's the third dig, big man? You're setting expectations.
You know what? I think getting 2 of those digs out of him is amazing in itself. And gosh, they didn't get any swings off of those great digs. Both of them tight to the net, and no one attacked the first one.
Yeah. I think the way that second contact went, Beek made the right call, but you still want to see something better after such a heroic dig from Vaz.
Great work from the big man.
Quick push, a little bit of a misconnection. Cowell recycles. And now Rojas, there's the swing off hands he's been looking for.
Medina smartly just going to that back corner in any off-system opportunity for the Ramblers.
I think they finally learned, hey, when it goes to free balls, they're just getting picked apart in the corners. Cheat over there, take one step early, follow through on that. Medina with the big serve. Vanderbeek to swing the D-ball, just misses wide on that one. Funny, Matadors knew and wasted no time at all. Determining like, hey, Vanderbeek does in fact hit line, which is a very well-known thing in the league. But man, I would have loved to have seen that bring that block out against Penrose earlier. Medina to serve once again, and that one goes long.
Yeah, Matadors making the good adjustment just against the guy you didn't really expect they would adjust against.
Yeah. When we looked at the end of the second set there, both teams tied with 13 missed serves, averaging 6.5 per set. Ramblers had 4 aces, Matadors had 2. Neither team, frankly, really earning their errors with those numbers. But I would say that right now, given the position, Matadors have got to cut that number down. They're not getting the return on investment. They need to play the points out. Beatty putting some pace. Track down.
Great.
Caesar keeps it alive. Rojas with a free ball. Another opportunity for the boys in black. Vanderbeek off speed, picked up. Matadors, they go for the roll shot. Lurich pinches that one on the top of the net.
Tight set.
And Norris throws it down, but dug by Lurich. Another roll shot to the corner, and again, the corners are open. Matadors, you know they're going there.
Nice scrappy play there from both sides.
I just hate to see so many fantastic digs and then roll shots to the corner be the crutch that is killing the Matadors right now. They're so close.
Both teams having a hard time just getting those good in-system sets. Everyone's just looking for shots, looking for corners, looking for tips in the middle. Alicia serving so hard he knocks himself down.
Looking a little gassed, maybe.
Wishes he had that one back. Oh, wow. You never want to see someone mop up a serve attempt. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I hadn't considered that, and as you say it, that is an all-time. That's fantastic. Spinner from Olea misses again.
Beatty back to serve for the Ramblers.
Backside to Norris. Norris paints the line.
God, scaring our poor line official there.
when your job is to hold that flag and you have no defenses and guys just going.
It's like staring down the barrel of a cannon. Good luck doing your job.
This isn't personal. Norris to spin. He is so effective on that back line. Wow, Tim Lurich. Bend at the waist to find that connection. He really had to reach for that one, but nice job by him. The fact that he's in that third, fourth spot for the middle here is absurd.
It's crazy.
He's been an NVA like all middle blocker because of his efforts. And like I think it was 2021. I want to say he was one of the NVA All-Star, or not All-Stars, but like all
middle
NVA team.
He was all NVA, yeah. Him and Amato.
Yeah, because I remember everyone was talking about those names, and I was like, let's go pull blocks from the season. I think the next closest middle was like 16 terminal blocks behind him or something like that. And I mean, as a middle, that's absurd.
Yeah.
Made his move out to the West Coast, though, recently, and as a result, joined the Ramblers. Vanderbeek takes one. Vaz sends that one over. Dug by Medina. Back row opportunity to Medina, but that set is too far behind him.
That is a foot fault infraction. Steps on the line there. Point for the Ramblers. He's been having a hard time being in system on that pick all day.
I love the look for it.
Yeah.
I think that every single time they've said it, it made sense, but just the connection not quite there. And Caesar's fixed quite a few of them, but just not quite where you want it to be. Ooh, say it with your chest. Ooh. I think he caught. I think he just caught Gert Leisha in the southern areas.
Oh man, hurting for a Gerton.
Little sub-1 action. Lopez comes under the net to make sure he's all good. Well, when we said set Lopez more, I'm not sure that's what either of us had in our minds, but effective play all the same.
Ramblers out to another early 3-point lead here.
Nice swing by Beek, gets the overpass. Kaveen Vaz, that's where you that's clinical textbook execution from the middle. Doesn't get greedy trying to swing on that, just a redirection. Takes the free point and a substitution. Antonio Anguizola, who was replaced by Rojas in set number 1, now makes his return in set number 3, looking for something to change with a 4-point deficit, looking the Matadors in the face. Beek with an aggressive toss. Outside, Medina rolls line. Cowell with one of his first big rips of the match. Doug, and another opportunity. Medina misses wide, no hands there. I swear we've seen that same miss 6 times now from the outsides.
Medina normally gets that off the net angle shot very well.
Setter substitution, James Valenu coming in, number 9 to replace Ventura. At this point, you got to start replacing and see who can make something happen. Beek forgot that the important part of a jump serve is the top spin to go with it there. Sends that one careening into the back.
Yeah, that was a beautiful jump serve float that he did not want to float.
Bold strategy. Handled well by Manoogian. Bumps that out. Cowell with that off speed misses that one. I believe that's the first error of the match for Cowell. He hadn't been blocked or had no missed attempts there. So,
and that one's on him. He takes full responsibility for that. But no, he's been perfect otherwise. Been dug a bunch.
But as an 0-2, he doesn't care.
No.
No errors, only point contributions, swinging at that 30%, 40%. That's a great day for an 0-2. Norris is going to pick that one up. Valenu sends that to the back row. Lopez swings. Backside, Beek swings down the line, misses for the second time. Matadors knocking on that door right now. A little combination of Valenu and Gizola, maybe giving the boys a little bit of a fresh perspective out there.
This could be the spark that that brings them back.
Manoogian leaves that one off. Dug by Anguzola tight. Medina sends it. Lopez picks it up. Manoogian lays out, and that ball's going wide. The scrap for the Matadors. Luis Lopez, the middle blocker, finding a massive dig in transition there to keep that one alive.
And this is that style of play that we know they are so capable of being successful at. This is their brand.
Yeah.
Scrappy digs.
Make the opponent make the mistake. Or serve it out.
Lopez just a little wide left on that one.
Averaging over 6.5 to 7 missed serves right now per set.
Ooh.
That's not playing 20% of your points out because of mistake.
Wow, great pass.
Gert Lisha goes up one-on-one. Kaveen Vaz has to respect the option there for the middle. Cesar Medina, we've been waiting to see him come to life.
All Cowell can do is just laugh right now. He's just laughing at how easy the Matadors are making him look. He's ripping these balls.
Yeah.
And they are just putting it in perfect spots every single time.
It's unfortunate that we're waiting until 13-12 in the fourth here, or in the third, to see Matadors playing Matador volleyball. Manoogian lays out, but once again, just continued pressure from the Matadors. Please, 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 just go to floats on everyone but Norris. Just make your serves, give your guys a chance to play. Put these serves in.
No, every team that I've been on, we always practice 90%. The goal is for you to make 9 out of 10 of your serves. Good, hard serves, or at someone, at the weakest passer. Matadors right now, gosh, what do you think they're serving? 65, 70%?
If they're lucky. I mean, 13 errors.
14.
Well,
15.
13 after set 2, so they're looking right around 17 right now. So they're looking at about a 33% chance. Like 1 in 3 serves are just missed. That is,
in a technical term,
all your years of broadcasting experience summed up into that one. 3 matches under your belt. Back row from Valenu, that's pass getting away from it. And this is, I think, something that both these teams have struggled with is the consistency. they look so good, and then they'll give up that 4 or 5 point run, and then let the other team right back in with that 4 or 5 point run, and then we go back to trading points, and then someone will let the other guy kind of let some slack out. So the Ramblers looking to tighten this up right here, see if they can build a lead back. Nope, more misserves. 15-14. Opportunity for the Matadors to make a push and get the technical timeout on their end.
Medina, absolute weapon from the service line.
He hasn't quite gotten it going today. That's a nice attempt right there. Good pass by Cowell, but D-ball forced.
Doug.
Nice ball.
Yeah, come on.
Takes the setter out. And the off speed there. Well played defense from the side of the Matadors, but a little something special there from Beatty ends that point. Technical timeout. 16-14. Do the Matadors have it in the tank? Don't go anywhere. We'll find out. Well, a little breather there for the Matadors. I mean, I always love trying to take some guesses as to what the discussion was. And right now, I think I'm a broken record talking about serving. I really hope the conversation was about serving, because I think that they're giving themselves so many extended opportunities that they just gotta, keep giving themselves some more to score on, and they're gonna be in a good spot. Down by just 2.
Just stop shooting yourself in the foot. Give yourself a chance to play.
The Ramblers are insisting on going point for point with missed serves, though.
I think I'm going to have to check the balls after this match and make sure there's not helium in them or something.
Before you guys have to play with them later on?
Yeah. Adjust accordingly. Tell my stunner boys, hey guys.
We got some adjustments to make here.
Let's just serve 5 feet shorter for every single serve.
There's the off speed. That one falls short. Valenu gets a good touch, but doesn't quite get the pancake. We're early in the morning, but he's still serving waffles.
Happy to see him hit the ground there. Almost got that pancake dig, but just coming up short. But giving his max effort for the boys.
Hammer down the line. Anguzola hangs in there, but Norris got that cheeky roll shot earlier. It doesn't go for him this time.
Norris miss-hitting that one, makes 2 contacts. Hits off the hand and then off his own elbow. Beatty back to serve for the Ramblers with an 18-15 lead.
Tip into the middle. They called the touch, maybe, but I didn't see one either. I don't think they saw it.
I don't think he ever made contact with that ball, but doesn't matter anyways. Point for the Ramblers, and we are going to take another timeout here for the Matadors. 19-15 in set 3.
Eric Beatty back there with a nice 4-point cushion. You know he's going to let this one loose, see if he just gets aggressive with it. And aggressive he does. Backside to Norris. Missing wide. He certainly has cooled off here in the third.
Good attempt there for him. Finally got a nice high set right where he wants it, but just hits it a little far out.
And the Ramblers go to their third setter here, Spencer Andrews. And again, it's disgusting. The first two setters get the first and third nods in the All-Star vote. Spencer Andrews, one of the most accomplished winning setters in the league, playing originally with the Stunners, moved to the Ramblers. He has racked up his fair share of hardware in the league. And the fact that he is, you know, in that spot with this squad is just absolute absurdity.
Great volleyball player and just an even better dude. And I'm happy to see him getting the court time out there.
Well, you know what? The fans at home, if they're a fan of Spencer Andrews, tune in this week because they're going to actually get to see him in one of the matches that you can't make. He's one of my 2 guests.
Oh,
so
nice.
He'll be hopping on. And
oh, that'll be a treat.
Yeah, so he'll be hopping in. And then I got another special guest joining me Sunday morning for that one. So.
Are you waiting to announce that?
The
special guest?
Special Texas Tyrant member will be joining me. That serve goes long.
No hints. Don't give me any hints. No spoilies.
No spoilers.
Hey, what happened? I missed it. Was it a missed serve? Norris back to serve. Looks calm, cool, collected.
Left short by Norris.
6-point deficit now. 22 serving 16. Lurich back to serve. And John Carlson subbing in.
Float for Lurich. Anguizzola tries the angle. Vaz closes the door.
Welcome to the block category, Kevin Vaz.
Challenge review.
Matadors might just be trying to slow down this this game action, a pseudo timeout, if you will.
Yeah, so what they're looking for is they're looking for a net on that block. Got confirmation there. Team will take a look at it to review. Curious to see where this one comes up. I mean, if you saw it, you got to use it, but I saw a ball go low seam and just kind of like hit that ball into Kaveen, or no contact there, and it just kind of hit the tape itself. So
and Kev might have blocked it so straight down it might have made contact with the net first.
Yeah,
and then trickled, and well, actually it was pretty aggressive.
Yeah, so
there we go.
There it is.
That's definitive.
No replay pulling into the stream today, but you just get some hot takes from Nick Squared here on the sideline. We're 1 for 1 on that astute analysis breakdown. You know.
No, and when Kev makes a mistake on the net, you kind of know, just because he wears it on his face really, really bad. Kevin's not a very good liar on the court.
No, certainly not. You're very dead on there, and you guys have been teammates for a long time, playing on those Chacarone squads, like you mentioned before.
You'll know when he makes a mistake, and that one was not as obvious.
Float from Lurich. Easy ball, Beatty, Carlson recovered. Setter out for Matadors. Anguizzola gets another attempt. Ooh, nice little off speed, kind of going down that cutback line.
Find some real estate there. Nice swing by Antonio. And now he gets a chance to make his presence known from the service line. He's got a lot of work ahead of him. Bam.
Wow,
There's
there's
one.
some heat.
There's one.
Anguizzola had a solid serving performance during event number 4 and really woke it up right there.
Just snipes John Carlson right in the chest. Thud.
Gets another solid serve. Manoogian battling with that one. Carlson misses hands, sends that one deep. Touch called, overruled by Pat Bradley. That missed hands by a healthy margin. I think there was a little bit of a waffle on that contact, though, that maybe that line judge saw. Carlson a little bit missed that for a clean contact. Looked a little funky, but that's why there's a crew of refs out there. And Anguizzola, untimely miss, and that's going to bring us to match point here with Vanderbeek to serve. Now, after this wraps up, our man of the match will be announced, but to see that interview, you're going to have to go to Instagram to check that out, so that'll be up there shortly after. Well, we've got a timeout here, but I want to take this opportunity then to talk a little bit about how playoffs are going to unfold. So currently in the American, which both these teams are, they're in the American Coastal, also Southern Exposure. On the American Central Division, that's where you have Wild, Stingers, and the Founders. So what's really interesting is right now Wild currently sits 6-2, as do Ramblers. Both are also sitting on 18 points if my memory serves correctly. So you go to the overall set ratio count. And this weekend, the only way Wild remains ahead of Ramblers is if they win in as many sets as the Ramblers do. So with the Ramblers coming out with a 3-set win, that means that
the Wild are going to have to come out with
a 3-set win, and they play Stingers
to be able
next.
to maintain
exactly
that
so
slight little seeding edge above them.
So assuming that they also Ramblers win 3 sets over Exposure, Wild has to 3-0 Stingers and Founders, or else that will flip them in standings, and that will bring about then most likely, barring a 2-0 weekend for Stingers, Wild Stingers first round playoff, while Ramblers will play either Matadors or Exposure, whoever gets that spot.
And that just shows you how down to the wire and important every single set is.
Lopez to serve. There's an ace, a little bit of breath in the end of this match, 21-24. Anguizzola and Luis Lopez wait until set number 3 at the bitter end to really bring on that pressure.
They really like a challenge, apparently.
Good pass by Beatty. Carlson swinging for hands once again, misses.
Oh,
he
no.
gets it.
Bradley calls a touch, and that is it. No quarrels about it.
No disagreements either. Well, certainly an impressive performance from the Ramblers. That's a 3-0 sweep with final scores going 25-23 in the first, 25-19, and that final one going 25-21. So, you know, I think both these teams might want to get that one cleaned up a little bit, get that one back. But a good win for the Ramblers all the same. Kind of that day one, getting into the mojo with that first match of the day.
Yeah, and every single Rambler available on their roster got some court time during that game.
Yeah, wow. Used the entirety of that bench. On the side of the Matadors, they were obviously rolling deep in there as well. And while they would have loved any set win or, of course, a match win, what's really going to matter is their head-to-head against Southern Exposure. That's where those two teams, again, from the outside, the fan would probably make the assumption this match ends exactly how it did. So you have to look at that next real head-to-head, barring some big upsets from people like Founders coming in and sneaking 2 wins this weekend over Stingers and Wild. All eyes are Exposure and Matadors. Who's going to get that 4th fabled spot? So an overall exciting match. That's going to do it for us. If you want to see your man of the match, be sure to check us out on NVA USA on Instagram. We're going to go get that recorded, get a little bit of some insight from the guys down on the court in the black and gold. And that's going to do it for me. I have to go coach my guys here. SD Wild, Utah Stingers coming your way at that 1 o'clock slot.
Best of luck to you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much. So I think you're going to be right back here and actually joined by head coach for you. Colleague for me, Matt Prosser, should be here.
Prosser,
a little bit of the broadcast team still sticking around. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you this afternoon. We appreciate all your support. We'll see you then.